Okay, good morning. Uh, 6 o'clock in the morning, while sleeping. Why not make a video? Actually, we'll do the video I did yesterday because it turned out to be crap because I did everything with my hands outside of camera. So the camera I showed, well, you needed to be here to see it. So let's redo the video today. Anyway, 6 o'clock in the morning, get the morning coffee ready. And yeah, let's redo this. There's 2 times where a person shouldn't be on an auction site. First time, when you're drunk. And luckily I don't drink alcohol anymore and haven't done so for about 8 to 10 years. Sober life is amazing. I think I get back to that in another video. Talking about books, maybe. Okay, the second time is when you're working the night shift. And I work a lot of night shifts this summer. Almost 2 12-hour night shifts a week, 2 or 3, something like that. And I started thinking about the camera that got me into photography. So basically it's the camera that changed my life for the better. If it wasn't for my uncle giving me this camera, on a Christmas Eve, sometimes in the mid-80s, I wouldn't probably have picked up a camera later in life and starting doing photography when I was depressed. So here it is. Beneath this cloth is the camera, and I'm going to keep the suspense alive for a little longer. This camera is something that Kodak made that is incredibly bad. It had its own type of film with frames that were, I believe, 8 by 10 millimeters in size, and compared that to a 35 millimeter or what's they called, full frame camera, 6x6 camera, 6x6 film. It's ridiculous. And this camera, whoops, that one's dropped. This camera in particular doesn't work anymore. Or it works, but you can't buy film since Kodak stopped making film. I believe it was 1999 they stopped the production of the film for this camera. And yeah, back to the film. The film was so small, so when you shot inside or in a bad light situation, there was more grain on the photograph than actual image. Can I say that? But it was fun. It was my first camera, and I did photograph as much as I could, or was allowed to photograph, because the film was expensive and the development was also expensive since it had to be done in some form of special labs. So, time to reveal the glory of Kodak. Are you ready? It's this, the Disc 3500. I found this at an auction site, a night shift where I was working, and it's in pretty good used condition. Sorry, that way. It was a very, very basic camera. I mean, one button to do it all. One ring to do it all, one button to do it all. That's the shutter button. Flash, automatic flash. You couldn't decide when to use the flash or not use the flash. The camera decided it for you. And loading the film was just pulling a lever, open a hatch, put in a disc, close, and it was done. So it was a very easy camera to use. Unfortunately, a very bad camera to use as well. But it was my first, and this is going up on a shelf where I have stuff to remind me about basically why I do things and never stop being an exploring kid again. And yeah, that's where this will live the last years of its life. Because, like I said, you can't get film for these anymore. And if you find film, it's, what is it now? At least 25 years expired. And if you find film, you can't find anywhere to develop it, and I can't develop film in my home. And I don't have access to a darkroom anymore. So yeah, this is going to be a dust collector on a shelf, reminding me on why I got into photography. And I dropped links to more informative videos about this little beast of a camera in the description of this video. And I'll try to dig out some old photos that's taken with this as well, or at least an old photo, so you can see the quality of the noise, grain. Yeah, that's that about this beautiful camera that got me into this photography thing. So, I promised you another thing, but first, coffee, just a little bit. The best camera setting of 2023, or the best camera setting ever. I mean, that's what I promised you. Just need to open my camera back. This works on any camera. Now remember, in my short video, I think I added the word sarcastic. Sarcasm. And yeah, the best camera setting ever. And this is something I got from a lot of videos by YouTubers trying to get clicks by showing the settings, the best settings, the settings you must use, the most amazing settings. That works for them. I mean, I have my settings and they work for me, and if anyone asks me, I'll tell them, but I would not go as far as saying that these are the best settings for you, since I think that is a bit ridiculous, but anything for the clicks, right? So, the best camera setting ever is the setting you must use always when you take a photograph. And I'm a bit dramatic. The best setting for the camera ever is this, the power on. Please turn on. Oh, I had the battery on charge. That's the best setting. And it works on any camera. I mean, it works on the A7, and it works on this little RX100. And without this setting, you can't do photography. I found it so silly when people talk about, oh, this is the best settings ever. You must use this setting to be able to photograph in 2023. I mean, come on. The settings doesn't change from year to year. But yeah, if you don't have anything else to talk about, you can make videos about settings, I guess. And yeah, there's a lot of things YouTubers do that I hopefully will never do. But I believe I'm going to have to eat up those words. So, it was... no, it wasn't. I was hoping for this channel to have about one video every week or so out. But something happened and I haven't put out a video in a couple of weeks. And that's okay. Because I did something that I'm going to talk about in a further video. But we can say, I can say this at least. I've written a book and I'm going to start chasing a publishing company, or looking for a publishing company that hopefully will release the book in Sweden. It's a horror novel, very much based on Clive Barker and Hellraiser and 80s sleazy slasher horror films. I've also been in contact with people for an exhibition, and I'm waiting on an answer from them. And I had a vacation. One benefit of being a Swede is I have 7 weeks of paid vacation every year, and I feel really spoiled about that. So this summer I had 5 weeks paid vacation, and I have 2 weeks left when me and my wife is probably heading to no, not probably, we are heading to the UK in October, late October. And we have this crazy system in Sweden where we actually get extra paid for vacation. We have some sort of vacation bonus, so to speak, when we choose to get vacation. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and yeah, this camera that changed my life. I'm just rambling, but it was fun to see it on the auction site, and I just had to get it as and put it on a shelf as a reminder of why I started doing photography and never stop exploring the world like a kid, and never stop being curious. Because I believe when you stop being curious, then you can go lay down and put a 6 feet thick cover of dirt on you. To me, life is about being the best husband I can be, the best man I can be, and never stop exploring. So yeah, with those words and a sip of coffee, I say, for those about to photograph, I salute you. And in the next video, I'll talk about something else. Yeah.
Kodak announces a whole new way to make pictures. Introducing disc photography. The beginning is this, a unique film disc. A disc so thin there's room in the camera for an array of precision electronics. The new Kodak disc camera. Press a single button, and the new Kodak disc camera does it all. It reads the light. It knows when to flash, and can flash again in 1 1/3 seconds. It even advances the film disc automatically, so you can capture those wonderful moments you may have been missing. The new Kodak disc camera. Picture a brand new world.